Have you ever put away tools you've been storing for a long time and then opened them again to find them rusty? Well, here's a secret you might not know about this simple trick I'm about to share. In this video, I will prove for myself how tools that were previously dull, rusty, and looked unusable can be made clean and shiny again using only materials that are easily found around us. The process is simple, but the results are truly beyond expectations. Here I've prepared a machete I've been storing for a while, and as you can see, it's completely covered in rust. The surface looks dull, the color has turned brown, and the rust has even thickened in some areas. I've previously stored this machete without any maintenance, and the result is this. It's unsightly, and its performance has certainly declined. Moving on to the first step, I'll spray WD-40 all over the rusted parts of the machete. I'll make sure the liquid reaches every corner of the surface, both thick and thin, to ensure maximum penetration. When sprayed, the liquid will immediately soak into the dry, rough layer of rust. Well, the function of this liquid is to help loosen rust that has long adhered to the metal surface. After spraying it evenly, I'll let it sit for a few minutes to allow the liquid to truly penetrate the rust layer before moving on to the next step. After letting it sit for a few minutes, I'll add baking soda to the area I sprayed with the liquid. I'll sprinkle the baking soda evenly over the rusted surface. When it comes into contact with the liquid, you'll see a slight reaction begin to appear on the surface. This is where the cleaning process begins to work more effectively. Baking soda helps lift away any remaining rust that has begun to soften, while also helping to scrape off any remaining residue. After this, I'll gently scrub with a brush or fine sandpaper to ensure the mixture truly lifts the rust down to the deepest layers. Next, I'll scrub the surface of the machete using an old toothbrush. I'll rub it gently but evenly over all the rusted areas, especially in small areas and hard-to-reach corners. This scrubbing motion helps the mixture work more effectively. I continued this process patiently until the entire surface felt smoother and the rusty brown color began to fade. At this point, the changes were starting to become noticeable, but we weren't done yet. The final result was sure to be even more surprising. After I rubbed it thoroughly, you can see the change for yourself. The surface of the machete, which was previously rusty brown, is slowly turning white and looking much cleaner. The layer of rust that had stuck to it seems to be eroding away bit by bit, leaving a brighter metal surface. Now I'll move on to the next step, washing the surface of this machete using Pepsodent toothpaste. I apply it evenly to all the previously scrubbed areas, then smooth it out again using the old toothbrush. Its soft yet slightly abrasive texture helps remove any remaining fine rust and stains on the metal surface. I scrubbed gently but thoroughly, making sure to cover every part of the surface with the toothpaste. Slowly, the metal's shine began to become more visible, appearing cleaner and brighter than before. We'll continue until it's completely clean, then we'll see the final result after rinsing. Next, I've prepared a Coca-Cola drink that I'll use to clean the surface of this machete again. I pour it slowly onto the previously cleaned area, ensuring the liquid is evenly distributed and covers the entire metal surface. The mild acid in this drink is believed to help dissolve any remaining fine rust. After I pour it, I will let it sit for a few minutes for the liquid to work. Then I will rub it again slowly so that the results are optimal. And here, I poured Coca-Cola thoroughly over the entire surface of the machete, making sure not to miss a single spot. The liquid immediately soaked the metal we just cleaned, soaking into the tiny crevices and previously heavily rusted areas. It seems that there is a slow change in the color of the iron. It looks cleaner and brighter than before. Next, here I have prepared aluminum foil, which I will use to rub the surface of this machete. I crumpled the aluminum foil first so that the texture was a little rough, Then I rubbed it gently over all the parts that had been exposed to the liquid. The friction between the aluminum and the metal surface helped remove any remaining fine rust without damaging the metal. I rubbed thoroughly, especially in areas where the rust had previously been quite thick, and the results were starting to show. The surface of the machete looked cleaner, smoother, and even starting to shine. At this stage, the change was very clear compared to its initial rust-covered state. Next, after I scrubbed it with aluminum foil, you can see for yourself. The rust that was still stuck on it immediately crumbled and lifted off very easily. Small flakes of rust were seen falling off the metal surface, and the previously dull area now looked much cleaner and shinier. The difference is truly significant compared to the initial condition. The previously rough surface of the machete now feels smoother to the touch. This proves that the combination of materials we used earlier worked very effectively. Now, I'll pour some more Coca-Cola over the entire surface of this machete as a final cleaning step. I'll pour it evenly, making sure the liquid soaks into every corner of the blade and the body of the machete. This liquid will immediately coat the metal surface that we've just scrubbed clean. This will ensure that any remaining fine rust residue is thoroughly removed. Now we move on to the rinsing stage using clean water. I poured water evenly over the entire surface of the machete to remove any remaining Coca-Cola, baking soda, and dirt that had been lifted off. The water clearly carried away any remaining rust that was still lightly clinging to the surface. I made sure there was no liquid or residue left behind to ensure the final result was as clean as possible. After rinsing, the metal surface looks much brighter than its initial rust-covered state. Next, I'll dry it with a dry cloth so we can see the final result in detail and ensure there's no remaining water that could cause rust to return. And now it's time for the final test. Once everything is clean and dry, I'll try cutting the bamboo directly to see if its sharpness has truly returned to its original state. I point the blade of the machete at the bamboo stalk and swing it down in one stroke. And behold, the result? The cut feels lighter, sharper, and far more precise than before the cleaning. The results were truly beyond expectations. If you think this experiment worked, don't forget to support this video and stay tuned for the next unique experiment.